Nieves, and I'm a member of the Academy's class of 2019. I'd like to thank my mother, my father for making me go through all this. They pushed me to get everything that I needed to achieve to get to this point, and without them I really couldn't have done this. I'd like to thank each and every one of the teachers who have helped me. They have been some of my biggest support pillars throughout this entire time of me going through school, and honestly, without some of the teachers I had, I could not have done it without them. And honestly, for anybody else that I may see throughout these years, or anybody that I'm seeing for the last time, it was really lovely getting to know you. It was a great time, and I really enjoyed every moment that I spent with every one of you guys. And I hope you all have the best lives you can live and fulfill them to the most you can. Thank you.
My name is Stephen. I am a member of the Academy class of 2019. I want to thank my mom for making me go to school, of course. From a law school, which made me go I went from Northport to Port Charlotte to here, so it's been a journey for sure. Thank you, yeah, definitely my mom for sure. My dad too, for sure. Both of them, and my sisters. My future plans, maybe military. Maybe military, college, definitely go for businesses, entrepreneurship. Yeah. And all I gotta say to my grads is we did it. We did it. Now on to the real world. So yeah.
Academy is basically an umbrella filled with multiple programs that can meet multiple needs for all types of students. But the Academy in general is our high school component, grades 9 through 12, which we focus on keeping kids in school by providing an alternative to a traditional setting, and that is the block schedule. I think is huge, allowing students to be able to catch up on credits, improve GPAs, and either graduate early or on time when, if they stayed at their traditional setting, would have not been able to do so just because of lack of time. And also, I think our relationships with our students is very valuable. I think our students respond to our teaching styles and to the love that we provide for them on an individual level.
What does the Academy mean to me? The Academy means family. This place is more than a school. I love this place. I've made so many friends here, and it's crazy. I'm gonna miss the heck out of it.
Academy kids, I would say case by case. Typically our students, though, if I could generally speak about them, would be that these students maybe sometimes lack motivation, or they have had a frustrated start to their high school career, and you know, that could be with their behavior, it could be with their attendance. They just have gotten so far behind So a typical student is a student that walks through the door that is still motivated to finish high school, that is looking for an alternative to help them catch up, and believe that the Academy is a place where they can be successful. So a typical student, again, would be someone who is just really looking for a second chance, someone to get a fresh start.
See, the Academy make dreams happen, man. See, before I was at PC, man, I wasn't sure if I was gonna graduate. I came here, now I can graduate right now if I want to. So like, it makes dreams happen, man.
We hear constantly is that this is a place for all the bad kids, that all the bad kids of the district can go. And that's quickly not the answer. That's not exactly at all correct. This is a school of choice. And I really should start off by saying that the most important aspect of this school is it being a school of choice. When a student decides that they would like to be interviewed at the Academy, they meet with the principal, in this case myself at this time, where they're able to discuss academics, their behavior, the attendance. It is at that call where I have to make a decision if this student will be successful at the Academy. So when it comes to that, is we're able to take students in the traditional setting, bring them onto the Academy campus. These students would have most likely not stayed in school or graduated, which would have hurt the school grade, which inevitably would have hurt the district grade. So with that being said, when we catch kids up academically and they graduate on time, it actually supports the school and the district grade, let alone they graduate from high school. So with that being said, you know, just in 1 year alone, we've helped the district graduate 2% more overall. Our neighboring Port Charlotte High School jumped 4% in graduation rate. So we feel like the Academy itself improved 2% just last year and will continue to do so as we look at how we graduate kids. So I think overall we support the district as a resource of keeping kids in school.
Like, there's so many people that made this school great and that made me feel great and accept. Jack Ham. Jack Ham, my gosh, where do I begin with you?
The parents are very kind of weary about if this place is for bad kids. What we find is that kids that come in with behavioral issues are frustrated. A lot of times we talk about fight or flight. Kids' behaviors at their traditional schools tend to result in maybe their difficulty in learning, the lack of relationship that they have with staff, maybe just a rough start to their own life or their home life could be a contributing factor. So when kids get here, I feel like we treat them as an individual and we give them the TLC that allows them to be themselves. And they learn at their own pace. Our teachers provide support with that block schedule. They're able to modify and differentiate their instruction. So when it comes to kids coming to us who possibly could have had behavioral issues or attendance issues, we tend to see the behaviors go down and attendance go up because they like being at school. So I feel like we just do a good job of giving these kids a different learning environment that is conducive to their learning style. Therefore, their attitude towards learning is improved, and therefore they are successful.
This academy is a gem in Charlotte County. These kids have thrived in this learning environment because you know why? Teachers care, staff cares. Our goal is to get you to graduation.
We have also supported students in the middle school ranks through our PASS program, and those are students who are behind and overaged in the middle school. And on a typical year, we are helping over 60 students complete their middle school requirements and then move on to high school, and sometimes even finishing freshman year in the same year. So our PASS program has really taken off and done really well. Our Career Quest program, which now we're sponsored by the Simon Youth Foundation in both our Career Quest program in the mall and at the Academy on Cochran Boulevard. That relationship has allowed students in our Career Quest program especially to have a flexible schedule. So those students who are working, who need just a few more credits, that if they had to go to school full-time would probably drop out. So we're able to accommodate their schedules and allow them to finish. Also, we take care of our teen parents. Teen moms and dads are able to provide daycare services for them, and then walk over and finish their high school education. So keeping them in school as well is important. So I think our C program as well, which is a students where they are placed, we're watching them transition out of that program into other academy programs and doing very well. So this transitional piece of our programs that are interchanging students, they're crossing over them to different programs. I feel like our staff has done a great job of making it conducive to all learners and all programs across the board. So for an alternative school, I feel like the Academy in Charlotte County has really taken a life of its own to be a great resource to not only the students but to the district.
My favorite thing about the school is that everyone has a chance.
I mainly recommend this school to tons of people. I've even told my friends at the high school that they should come here.
The takeaway when we get to talk about our programs at the Academy is, to be honest, would be that we get to do what we got in the business to do, and that's help kids. In a traditional world, I respect it because I came from the traditional setting. You're teaching 6 out of 7 periods. You've got 45 minutes to get the standards in. You've got 150 students coming in and out of your room. You want to give them more, but you just don't have time. You're running around. You've got all these different activities going on, and it's good for most kids. It's great. That's good stuff. But the kids that really need that TLC, they really need that relationship, that's what we do. We take those kids that just sometimes need the extra. And when we got into education, I think I speak for our teachers, is that we want to help kids and we want to see them grow. And when our teachers get to see their students graduate and walk across the stage, and sometimes it's been a heavy investment of energy and of emotions, but to see them be successful and graduate from high school as a result of their hard work is just something extra special. So I just feel like the alternative setting that we provide for our students gives that a real genuine approach to education that we got into this for. So nothing against that traditional setting, but because of our model, we're able to do what we got in the game to do, and that's help kids do what's best for kids.
My name is Jamal Washington, and I'm a member of the Academy's 2019 class.
I'm Crystal Brown. I am a member of the Academy class of 2019. are so many people I want to thank. Miss Myers, Miss L, thank you guys so much for everything you guys have done. You've helped me through so many things. You understand what's going on and you try and help the best you can. Miss Blanchett, thank you for letting me join your art class. You helped me get through some things as well. You may not know it, but thank you. After I graduate, I plan on moving to Wyoming. I'm going to take art classes for visual arts design and hopefully become a tattoo artist.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
So what's your thoughts on prom 2019?
My thoughts on prom 2019 is it's going amazing. Why are you walking away? Because my beautiful day right here is here. Everyone looks really nice. The food is good, and we all look good. Point blank. Period. Period.
Get down and go out and just lose it all. I feel stressed out, I wanna let it go. Let's go way out, spaced out and losing all control. Fill up my cup, Mazel tov.
It's my first prom and it's been going good so far.
All right.
Let's paint the town, we'll shut it down. Let's burn the roof, and then we'll do it again. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, and do it, and do it. Let's live it up and do it, and do it, and do it, do it, do it. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Cause I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
I'm here with my boy Jeremiah. What's your thoughts on prom 2019, man?
Prom 2019. It is excellent, wonderful, outstanding.
Good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's the night. Hey, let's live it up. Let's live it up. I got my money. Hey, let's spin it up. Let's spin it up. Go out and smash it. Smash it. Like oh my god. Like oh my god. Jump out that sofa. Come on. Let's get off. Fill up my cup. Drink. Mazel tov.
Let me tell you, my brother, beautiful. Came out perfect. The food.
Let's paint the town. Paint the town. We'll shut it down. Shut it down. Let's burn the roof. And then we'll do it again. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, and do it, and do it. Let's live it up and do it, and do it, and do it, do it, do it. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, do it, do it, do it. Here we come, here we go. We gotta rock, 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 rock. Easy come, easy go. Now we on top, feel the shot, body rock, rock it, don't stop. Round and round, up and down, around the clock. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday to Sunday. Get with us, you know what we say. Party every day, party every day, and I'm feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. I feel it. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night.
And that's a 2019 for you.
And I'm a member of the Academy's class of 2019.
My name is Kaylee White, and I'm a member of the Academy class of 2019.
I would just like to thank my mom, my dad for supporting me through this whole ride through high school. I'd like to thank Mr. Ham for the opportunity to actually be at this school and give me the chance to graduate on time. My future plans, I'm going to hopefully, I want to be a photographer. I don't know where, but I want to start possibly at CTC first, do journalism. And any parting words for my fellow grads, I wish the best for you guys in life. I hope everyone gets to do what they want in life and just chase your dreams. Thank you.
I want to thank my parents for like telling me to just keep going so I can actually graduate, because I finally got here. And I want to thank Mr. Brantley and Miss L for making me want to come to school every day, because I never had the motivation to come. But to all my graduates, we made it.
My name is Alexis Jackson. I'm a member of the Academy class of 2019. I would like to thank Mr. Ham for letting me into the Academy, because coming over from another school and my grades and all that other stuff wasn't looking that good. But the help with the Academy, it looks great now. I'm above average. I'm graduating on time. I have all good grades. And yeah, but I'd like to thank my mom and my brother and all the family and all that. But at the Academy, definitely Miss B, because I was terrible at math and she made me like math a lot. Like, a lot. She's like a really good teacher, her and Miss L. And that's about it.
Who would I like to thank? I would like to thank my family for pushing me to get to this point in my life, because, you know, I really struggled in academics and struggled, you know, in school, because I was that one bad kid that everybody, you know, liked. But, you know, my family saw that I had a problem in school, so they helped me the best way they can. And I thank Mr. Ham mostly for giving me an opportunity and a second chance to get my life together. My future plan is to go to college and get my degree in acting and filming. And, you know, I love cars, so I would love to be a mechanic. You know, I just want to do everything.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations, obviously. What you've accomplished is something that your goal was when you first walked in our doors to ask to come to the Academy, is so that we can help you move across the line and graduate with a high school diploma. So congratulations, job well done, way to persevere and stick with your education. A message that I commonly have for all the graduates is make sure that you have the next end in mind, and that is you're moving forward with some type of plan. Sometimes those plans take a little longer to develop than others, but that's okay as long as you have a plan. What will you do to be successful in the next part of your life, which is the majority part of your life? What are you going to do for work, a career? So hopefully we were able to expose you through our great classroom experiences, information about military, information about college, information about the trade school, information just about the workforce. What does a resume look like? What does an interview going into one look like and feel like? What is basically a credit score, or how to apply for loans? Those real life things that I know our teachers did a great job of educating you on and introducing you to. We'll be able to take that with you and be successful. So I just want to wish you all, I would say that your class was definitely a delight, but yet a challenge to motivate at times. But you guys were funny. You were full of character. We had some great leaders. We had some great kids who we feel are just going to do great things. So for that being said, I just wish you all your personal best, and we are always here for you at the Academy. Best wishes.
The graduation ceremony for the Academy class of 2019 will begin momentarily. We ask that you silence and stow your cell phones at this time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional of the Academy faculty and the graduates of the class of 2019. But you need to stand right here at the mic, and I'll stand next to you and say it. Good evening. Welcome, family, friends, and graduates. My name is Jennifer Blanchette, Academy teacher and senior advisor. Please remain standing as Shelby Alberts leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated.
We'd like to, graduate these kids. Thanks.
Since this is the Academy, the alternative high school, where we like to do things a little differently, we're going to get our commencement ceremony started off by just taking a slight detour from what your program actually says. One of our graduates like to start these proceedings by sharing her experience as a member of the PAC. She left us at the end of last year, but has finally returned home where she belongs. Please welcome Miss Brenda Holanda.
Well, good evening, school board members, Academy staff, and teachers. My name is Brenda Holanda. I came here to the Academy in 2017 and was part of the PASS program. After finishing PASS, I didn't go to my assigned high school for my freshman year. I started right in the Academy High School. Since day one, you guys have all grown on me. At the end of the school year, last year, I left the Academy in August. I started at Northport High. And off-rip, it was way different from what the Academy was. I went over there in hope of doing some dual enrollment, but was unable to since I already was a senior. I ended up withdrawing from Northport High because I didn't have any transportation to go there anymore, almost as if it was meant for me to come back to the Academy. From the second I walked back into the Academy and saw Mr. Ham's huge "I told you so" grin, I knew this was my team. I'll always remember running the pep rallies with Miss Blanchett's leadership class, going to lunch every day with my people, heading to class, hearing Mr. Mike ask for your pass every 10 seconds, and most definitely waking up early every morning to go to school. But you know, I wouldn't change a thing. I like to view life as everything happens for a reason type of thing. Now, this is where I take off. And this is where I graduate. I graduate today, and in August I start at FSW, and I'm going to be doing I start at FSW in August, and I'm going to be enrolling in their dental hygienist program, and then working to be an orthodontist in the future. From the moment I started here to my last day as a student, I have always felt like everyone was in my corner without a doubt. I would like to thank the staff that have always been rooting for me throughout all my days in high school. Thank you, Mr. Ham, for believing in me since my interview where you acknowledged my knowledge. You've always motivated me to do the best I possibly can in everything I do because you've always said I was capable of it. And for that, I owe you part of my success. And I also want to thank Mr. Ashley, Miss L, Miss Bisson, and Miss Rosh. Thank you guys for all the effort you've put into teaching me not only about school, but also life lessons. Thank you, Mr. Bernicki, for always being supportive in all I do, and thank you, Ms. Blanchett, for being the best teacher I could have ever asked for, and more. I'd also like to thank my friends and family who have helped me become the person that I am today. Y'all real, y'all know how we rocking. You know how we in this, you know. But most importantly, I want to thank my mom and dad for everything and all they have done for me. Everything I am today is because of you guys, and for that, I have a debt that will never be repaid, and I will work my whole life to repay you guys for that. And I love you more than life itself, and I would do any and everything for you, and that includes you, Bianca, my mini Brenda. The Academy will always be home to me, and I'm confident enough to say it will be for a lot of us. A lot has happened to us before today, but none of that matters right now because here we are, graduating finally. Thank you, Wolfpack.
Thank you, Brenda. I'm having issues with the mic again. I know. Okay, I promise it's not going to fall off. You know. It takes a village. I'm pretty sure we've all heard that saying before. The full saying is, it takes a village to raise a child. I myself have heard that phrase many times in my life, but I never knew exactly where it stemmed from. After doing some research, I found that it's from an African proverb and refers to the collective social responsibility a community has to help raise the children of the village. Whether a child's conduct be good or bad, every adult who is a part of that community had the right to help, guide, mold, and even discipline the child for the benefit of that child and the overall village. What was once a simple but extremely profound statement is now no longer the norm. The village has been replaced by charter schools, private schools, and gated communities. Society as a whole has bought into the phrases of, "It's somebody else's problem," "Nobody's going to tell me how to raise my child," or even worse, "I don't want my child around those kids." Now, before anybody gets upset at me, this is not an admonishment on private or charter schools, the state of our society, or even how to raise your children. It's actually quite the opposite. It's just my statement of the experiences that I have observed firsthand while at the Academy. The idea of a community coming together to help raise a child to be a productive member of society is the embodiment of what the Academy is all about. Year after year, and at every graduation, you hear students talk about how much this place has changed them, how this is the first place where they found that teachers genuinely love and care about them, and how much we are just one gigantic family. Well, they weren't lying. The Academy is a special place filled with very special people. From administration to social workers, paraprofessionals, the school nurse and resource officers, and of course your teachers, we're doing our part in helping raise some amazing kids. We admonish them when they're not doing what they should be doing. We praise them and reward them when they achieve success. We love them when they feel unlovable, and we love them for just being themselves. Are they perfect every day? No. Are we perfect every day? Definitely not. But we try our absolute best every day to model the expectations that we have and what the world will expect of them. I think we can all agree that we've been an integral part of raising your children. We're not seeking to replace you, we're just one small cog in the wheel of a child's life. Every school year for 180 days, we spend close to 8 hours of each day with your kids. That's roughly 1,440 hours teaching them their academics, helping them pass state assessments, and most importantly, training them to be well-rounded young adults. The Academy is so unique and set apart from the other schools that we aren't even listed under high schools on the county webpage. We're listed under centers, and that's okay. We're a small school with a small population of students, a small number of teachers, and a small support staff, and that's just the way we like it. The Academy is the modern-day village. Your child's time at the Academy may be coming to a close, but we're giving them back to you in the hopes that their family members will pick up where we left off. I urge you, please continue supporting them in your own special way. Encourage them, push them. Don't let them settle for anything less than they deserve. And always remember, once you're a member of the Wolf Pack, you're always a member of the Wolf Pack, and we will always be there for them. So before you all depart at the end of our ceremony, please make sure you find a staff member of the Academy and personally thank them. Thank them for a job well done. Thank them for everything that they've done to get your child to this point tonight. Thank them for loving your child unconditionally. And most importantly, thank them for being that village. Okay, so as we continue to move on tonight, there are a few dignitaries that need to be recognized, but for their introductions, I'm going to turn the mic over to someone that most of you already know, our principal, Mr. Jack Ham.
So kind, thank you, thank you. Good afternoon, parents, family, friends, and guests. Thank you for joining us for the Academy's 2019 Spring Commencement Ceremony. Today is such an exciting day for all of us as we recognize and honor our newest high school graduates. Welcome, graduates. This is your time to be rewarded for your commitment to finishing your high school education. I want to thank you and your families for trusting the Academy staff. We enjoyed educating you, guiding you, and loving you to the finish line. I recommend that you slow down tonight as much as possible and reflect and enjoy your last moments as a high school student. It is not long before you wish you could be a high school student all over again. At this time, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome members of our school board, district leadership team, and special guests. The Academy always appreciates their attendance and support. So at this time, please welcome our chairman of the board, Mr. Robert Seeger. Vice Chairman, Mrs. Wendy Atkinson. School Board Member, Mrs. Kim Amantri. School Board Member, Mrs. Kara Reynolds. And School Board Member, Mr. Ian Vincent. Also with us from our district leadership team is Assistant Superintendent of District Support, Mr. Jerry Olivo. The Executive Director of Learning, Mrs. Cheryl Edwards. The Director of Human Resources, Dr. Patrick Keegan. And I believe we have also Mr. John Shapiro from the Simon Youth Foundation. It's nice to have him aboard. And of course, last but not least, our Superintendent, Mr. Steve Dionisio. Again, I thank you all for coming to recognize the Academy graduates. I'm going to turn it back to Ms. Blanchette, who is going to introduce some more student speakers.
All right. Our first speaker tonight is a bright young man with an even brighter future. His teachers rave about how smart and talented he is. Mr. Brantley even adopted him into his family because he's that amazing. He's funny, witty, and charming, and I'm pleased you all get a chance to hear from him tonight. Please give a warm Wolfpack welcome to Mr. Correll Joseph.
Good afternoon. Mr. Dionisio, school board members, academy faculty, and staff, along with my friends and family. My name is Correll Joseph. Some of you may know me as Deputy Jarrell of the Love Police, and my trusty sidekick, Sheriff Brantley, the creator of this establishment, but we both know who the real sheriff is. I will get into that eventually, but let me explain the story of a lone wolf who joined this pack. I started the academy on January 9th of this year. I originally attended Port Charlotte High School. I appreciated my time at Port Charlotte and the many things I've learned. While I was over there, I was a joker in every class and every situation possible. I used jokes and laughter as a way to cover my struggles I was going through. I was a good student at Port Charlotte. Certain subjects I was a wizard at. Subjects such as gym, weightlifting, when I felt like it, and lunch, which was and still is my favorite subject. Most of the academic classes I struggled with, though. I passed some classes but failed the others. So one day the guidance counselor called me into his lair and we sat down. He must have thought I didn't know what the conversation was going to be about because he began trying to ease his way into the conversation the guidance counselors typically have with struggling students. So I helped him out saying, I'm in jeopardy of graduating, aren't I? And he said yes. A couple of days later, I get a call down to the office. As I walked in, I see a not so muscular fellow with a faded haircut wearing a Boston Celtics lanyard sitting in the conference room. He introduced himself and he told me he was the principal of the academy. Mr. Ham, explained what the academy was all about and how the school works and what I would need to do in order to graduate. The entire conversation sounded like a plan. So I signed the paperwork and waited. After Christmas break, I started my first day of high school. It's tough starting high school twice in such a short period of time. Anyway, I walked into the front office of the academy and got my schedule, stepped through the doors and gave a big sigh. In my head, I thought, I'm dying and want to go home, but a small voice also said, give it a chance. Now I'm saying this was a good choice. I've made bonds with all my teachers, Miss Bisson keeping it real, Miss L laughing and always having fun, Mr. Brantley. I consider my step-pops. When I first entered his class, I was saying in my head, what's going on with all these scrawny teachers working here? Within that week, we started off on a good foot. Every day was a laughing day for us. He was annoying though, especially when it came to my relationship life. He even added me to his family plan on his iPhone, but then took me off. But little did he know I still had Apple Music for the day. Since he's never said it, I'll say it for him. I love you, Pops, and I hope I made you proud. Same thing for you too, Dad. There's more. As for my future, what I plan on doing is still undecided, other than traveling up to Washington State and making a career up there. Thank you, Academy, for giving me a second chance to succeeding in life, and I live by a saying that is, what's good about being number one if there is no other numbers? Meaning, thank you for allowing me into your number one pack. Thank you.
Thank you, Corel. Hardships, trials, second chances, and success. Those words are an apt description of our next speaker for the evening. The strongest of us would have probably caved under the pressures that this young lady has faced. Her journey is one that I don't envy, but am so proud to be a small part of. It's my privilege and honor to introduce to you the winner of the Academy's All-Star Award, Miss Jen Wilds.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dionisio, school board. Let me restart. He's taller than me. Good afternoon, Mr. Dionisio, school board members, Academy faculty, staff, and all my friends and family. I first came to the Academy in August of 2017. When I was first introduced to the Academy, Mr. Ham labeled it as a second chance school. Maybe some took that second chance seriously, but for me, I needed like 3 or 4 chances. Only at the Academy do they love a student so much to give them that many chances. I was in a phase in life where I was focused on what I would have to give instead of being focused on what I was gaining. My feelings for the Academy are bittersweet. I want to graduate, but I don't want to leave. Now don't let me flex. When I first got here, I truly didn't think it was going to last long. Thanks to those extra chances, it lasted very long. Now I am standing here wishing there could be more of Miss L's morning coffee, more of Miss P's inspirational quotes to keep us going, more of Miss Myers going on and on about our future credit score and finances and how not to let the crooked salesman rip us off. I wish there could be more announcements by the man himself, Mr. Ham. Time and time flies. Time flies, but memories last forever. What I learned about myself when I was here was, when I keep my head on straight, I am the person who cares about others. I am willing to stand up for the underdog. I know that people do care about me, and in return, I can care for others. I also realize, especially during awards night, that everyone here at the Academy has a special talent, and each person can be honored for how special they really are. Class of 2019, this isn't the end, it's just a step. We'll each face speed bumps in this journey of life, some bigger than others. Therefore, we must take these skills, morals, and determination that these teachers have drilled into our heads and face the speed bumps head on. The best part of this future is knowing that we will always be able to come back and that we are part of the pack. And once a wolf, always a wolf. Each of you graduates can stand up here and tell a story about how you were made to feel special by one teacher or another. Leaving here, always remember, you are special. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, Jen. Our next graduate you'll be hearing from has the voice of an angel. She literally gave me goosebumps when she sang at our talent show in December. When I was giving her the information about speaking at graduation, in my not-so-subtle way, I practically begged her to just write her speech as a song and then sing it, but to no avail. For those of you who have not had the privilege of hearing her sing, hopefully you'll get a chance someday to do that. For now, though, I would like for you all to welcome the incredibly talented Shanae Davis.
What a beautiful introduction. Well, good afternoon. All right, all right. Good afternoon, Mr. Ham, Mr. Dionisio, school board members, Academy staff, and all my friends and family. My name is Shanae Davis, and I would love to share my experience I had at the Academy, as well as all the accomplishments we've made as a graduating class. I started at the Academy in the PASS program because I got held back, and I was trying to find a way to be back in my correct grade. After leaving the PASS program, I had a hard time at a traditional high school. I then decided to be homeschooled. Not long after I started taking my courses, I realized homeschooling was not for me. I didn't fall much further behind before I realized that I needed to go back to the academy. About a week after setting up an interview with Mr. Ham, I was nervous stepping into his office. After sitting down, he looked at me and asked me 2 questions that surprised me. He simply asked me, what happened and why did you leave? The only answer I could think of was, I don't know. The more we talked, the more I knew I was in the right place. Mr. Ham wasted no time and got me enrolled the very next day. Little did he know that if I stayed in his office for a couple more seconds, I would have broke down crying. I knew he saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself, and that was potential. While going to school, each of my problems didn't go away. There are many days I let my personal problems get the best of me and I wasn't the best student. I'm so grateful that I was around a group of teachers that understood that life hits everybody no matter how old you are. There were times where I needed to vent because my problems were too overwhelming, and the fact that Mr. Ham was there for me every time means the world to me. I always say I'm his favorite pain in the neck because I know for a fact I got on your nerves. And I know that for a fact. But that was the fun part of being at the academy, was always messing with him. Being at the academy was an extremely fun and interesting experience. I've never been at a school where teachers actually care about students equally. They go above and beyond for every student, and they actually want every student to make something of themselves. There have been numerous times I wanted to give up, but somebody was always helping me and encouraging me to just hang in there, whether it was another student or a teacher. Even though I had a really good time at this school, there was a point when I started slacking off again and missing a lot of days. I knew I messed up when I could no longer make an excuse to Mr. Ham on why I wasn't trying. From that point, I started to act like I wanted to graduate. I knew I wanted to be successful, I just didn't know how to make that happen. But thanks to Mrs. Meyer and other staff members, I have more confidence that I can make it in life. And now that I am graduating, my future plans are more visible than I ever thought. My fellow graduates, let this academy experience motivate you to be the best you that you can be for yourself. We all had a point where we struggled and didn't know if we were going to graduate on time or at all. I want to thank every single staff member in the school that has helped me and motivated me. I love you all. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to say a special thank you to Mr. Ham for dealing with me and my shenanigans and for having faith in me when I didn't have faith in myself. Fellow graduates, despite everything that happened, good or bad, in our school experience, take this personally. I am proud of every single one of you sitting here because we can finally say we made it. God bless and good luck to the best class of 2019.
Just a quick reminder for those of you who happen to come in late because of traffic or whatever, these proceedings are recorded, so for the consideration of those around you, should you need to leave, the lobby is available so you cause no disruptions to those who are sitting next to you. And also, please silence your cell phones. It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. No, not diploma time, but another great moment in our program, video time. Once again, Mr. Baker and his fine journalism students have put together another classic video that's as funny as it is moving. We hope you enjoy a small glimpse into the ebb and flow of Academy life.
My name is Shanae Davis, and I'm a member of Academy's class of 2019.
A secret, I found a secret behind a Soho door. There is a reason, I found a reason beneath the subway floor. I found the water, the devil's water, and walked along its shore. Is that what you want? The channel's changing, the heart is racing from voices on the wire. The soul is yearning, the coal is burning, the ember starts a fire. Can we recover love for each other? The measure of your life. Is that what you want? Is that what you really want? A river, a river running underground. A river, a river. Is that what you want? Is that what you really want?
Congratulations, graduates. It's been a long road, but you're finally here. I'm really happy to see all of you succeed.
This academy is a gem in Charlotte County. These kids have thrived in this learning environment.
Is that what you want? Is that what you really want? I am a river.
I just want to thank you all for being my friends.
You know, some people have, you know, a bad past, but you can always make it right.
We did it. Now on to the real world.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. For those of you who don't know, the Academy has a Facebook page that you can follow, as well as a YouTube channel. You can find both by searching the Academy Wolfpack. These proceedings will be uploaded on both social media outlets, so please check those out. All right. Our final graduate speaker for tonight is a young man who's relatively new to us, but immediately he fit right into this crazy family. He's always in a good mood, always smiling, and extremely appreciative of the opportunities that the Academy has afforded him. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. James Mabey.
Cool. Good evening, Mr. Ham, Mr. Dionisio, the school board members, Academy staff, family, and friends. Thank you all for attending. My name is James Mabey. I would just like to take this time to talk a little about my academy, the Academy, and my time here. I originally went to Charlotte High School, where honestly, I wasn't motivated or focused. I was always distracted and too worried about my friends and not my education, which ended up hurting my GPA. I was failing classes and not doing anything to help at all. When I found out about the Academy, it was from one of my good friends, Anaya. She told me it would be the best thing for me to do if I wanted to graduate on time. So I went home, told my family, and they thought it would be great for me to do this and get a fresh start. I had my interview set, but I was nervous that day because I didn't know what to expect. When Mr. Ham called me into his office, we chatted, and thankfully I was accepted and started my short but sweet ride as part of the Wolfpack at the Academy. One of my favorite moments at the Academy was when we went to the grad day trip to Busch Gardens. It was my first time ever at Busch Gardens, and while we were there, it started to rain. I mean, like poured. So one of my classmates, Tegan, and I decided to take our socks and shoes off and just decided to explore the park. Turns out we walked for about an hour. During that hour, I fell about 3 times, and Tegan broke his toenail between a gap connecting a bridge and the walkway. The drive up to Busch Gardens was fun because I rode with Mr. Ham. We played a lot of kinds of music and just had a good time. He was dancing, we were all dancing, and honestly, his dancing was better than his driving. I'm only playing. His dancing wasn't that good either. Honestly, I had the best time. It was a great trip to Busch Gardens. Before I end my speech, I would like to say thank you to Mrs. Anderson, Miss Greenwood, Miss Brooks, Miss L, Miss Caffey, and Miss Blanchett. And last but definitely not least, Mr. Ham. You have all encouraged me to do my very best and to get good grades. But Mr. Ham, since the day I stepped in this door, I knew you wanted me to actually wanted to help me. And you did just that. I know I bothered you all the time wanting to talk about sports. But I hope I wasn't too much with the amount I talked. Lastly, I just want to thank my fellow grads. You welcomed me with open arms from day one. I've made a lot of friends here, and I'm thankful for you all. I just want to give a special thanks to Anaya Brown, Alexis Jackson, and Kaylee White for everything you've done for me since I've been here. You've always been kind and respectful to me. And to my grads, I hope life goes nothing but good for you, and I want you all to live out your dreams. Again, thank you to everyone.
Thank you, James. Now it's my turn to sit back and enjoy the proceedings for a moment. Once again, Mr. Ham.
I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Before we hand out diplomas, tradition here are a few awards and scholarships that are given to some folks in the audience, and I would like to start off with the Tom Hannon Award. Mr. Hannon, if you'd join me on stage. Tom Hannon, over the past 7 years, has graciously donated time to find business sponsors, prizes, and various donations to support our fundraisers. And without the efforts of Mr. Hannon, the Academy would not be able to fund many of our school events and meet some of our students' needs. Look at this legend right here. Looking sharp, Mr. Hannon. So he sat me down this fall and said, you know, Mr. Hannon, we give a plaque to the winner and a $100 check, cash check, no check. And he says, I want to do more. And so he went out more, fundraising, and more money came in. So tonight's recipient is going to receive a plaque. Their name will go on a memorial in our office. I get a check too. They're going to get a $500 check. And so when I asked the staff to give me some nominations, there was a clear winner, even though there are many recipients that could receive this. But tonight, the Tom Hannon Award goes to Hannah Kennemer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You too, Mr. Hannon.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
The next award is the Spirit of the Wolf Award, and it symbolizes the wolf, which represents a lot of strength, intelligence, and appetite for freedom, someone who has persevered and can be trusted. And so we, as a staff, again, nominate a student who we felt has fought through a lot of adversity and stuck through their goal and their mission to graduate from high school. And so tonight's recipient of the Spirit of the Wolf goes to Kelly Stebbing. The final award is the Angel Award, which is given to an individual or individuals who have been a blessing to the Academy. The recipient of this award understands the Academy's purpose and our approach to education. They support the Academy in multiple ways, but most importantly, they believe in supporting the Academy's mission in providing a unique and flexible learning environment. This year's Angel Award goes to an individual who's touched many lives at the Academy and throughout Charlotte County for many, many years. Laura Meyer has been teaching at the Academy since the inception of it in 1999 when it opened its doors. She has been more to the Academy through the years and has helped shaped it into a model alternative school. Many kids have come into the Academy lost and having no idea what to do after high school. By the time they leave Mrs. Meyer's class, they have passed their reading assessment for graduation, filled out their FAFSA application, applied for college, and finally accepted by an FSW who she had personally invited to meet with students and accept them on the spot. I could go on with many lives and accolades that she has lived and collected, and trust me, I've heard about them all multiple times. She has taught me how to do my job multiple times. But her spirit and her love for what we do is exceptional, and I felt that she deserved to be recognized tonight with the Angel Award. Mrs. Laura Meyer. I think this year she started liking me. To summarize the awards, I'm going to ask Mr. Shapiro to come up from the Simon Youth Foundation. He has some exciting news for a few of our students. But as he's making his way up here, the Simon Youth Foundation has been supporting our Career Quest program in the mall for over 20 years and has adopted the Academy on Cochran for the past 3. They support us in so many ways, through grants, through opportunities to go to Washington, D.C. in their close-up program, and tonight you'll see a bigger contribution through scholarships. So I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Shapiro, who's going to tell you a little bit more about the Simon Youth Foundation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Grateful to have the opportunity to be with you. Superintendent, members of the school board, honored guests, teachers, and most importantly, students, congratulations on making it to graduation day. It's my great honor to be here representing the Simon Youth Foundation and to share in this momentous occasion. As you may or may not know, the Simon Youth Foundation is a national non-for-profit committed to helping students reach graduation day. SYF builds and supports schools like this around the country, many of them inside shopping malls. Through this work, we have the privilege of playing a small role in your lives and in your educational journeys. A journey that we hope has made you feel accepted, valued, capable, empowered, and loved. Many of you likely arrived at the Academy expecting to find a traditional high school, or not at all knowing what to expect. Perhaps you were fearful you would never catch up on your credits. Maybe you were worried about balancing your workload with part-time jobs or caring for siblings. The partnership between the Simon Youth Foundation and the Charlotte County Public Schools is not a traditional high school, and you were able to catch up on your credits. And you found teachers and educators who not only met you where you were in your educational journeys, but who accepted you for who you are. They saw you, because that's what they do here at the Academy, and that's what we do at Simon Youth Foundation. We not only see you for who you really are, but we value you for everything that makes you, you. You know, it's tough to follow the student speakers because they told the story. So I can go off prepared remarks, but they told you exactly what happens when students walk into the Academy here, right? You have students that have overcome challenges that you would only read about in books or see in the movies. We learn here that students have circumstances that are not flaws to be erased, but experiences to be embraced, because they've helped you develop grit that no one will take away from you. You're students who are valued for who you are now and for who you are yet to become. You've learned that you're capable of putting in the hours, and you've proved that you're capable of putting in the work. Today, again, thanks to this partnership between the Foundation and the Charlotte County Public Schools, you're going to earn something that no one will ever be able to take away from you, your high school diploma. In the history of the Simon Youth Foundation, more than 17,000 students have reached graduation day. Today, all of you here at the Academy join them as alumni of the Simon Youth Foundation. Between the Academy at Town Center and here at Cochrane, over 1,000 students are part of the SYF Alumni Network. Each of these students, like you, has a story, and because of your diploma, you've unlocked the door to an entirely new future brimming with possibility. With a diploma to your name, you've empowered yourself with choices, whether that's attending a 2-year college, a 4-year university, a vocational training program, joining the armed services, or perhaps becoming a first responder. I would think each of you graduates would admit that you did not do this alone. You relied on teachers, a principal, mentors, and family to help you feel supported and loved every step of the way. I think we should take a moment and give a round of applause to all of the staff of the Academy and all the folks in the audience for helping you get here. We're truly blessed at the Simon Youth Foundation to work with over 300 faculty, staff, and administrators at 34 academies in 15 states around the country. I'd be remiss to not give a special shout out to Scott Meyer. Scott is a nominee for the Simon Youth Foundation Teacher of the Year Award for 2019. Congratulations, Scott. So today is a really important day, graduates, in your journey. And the hard truth is that this diploma is not going to shield you from future problems or adversity. There's still going to be bills to pay, family to take care of, and obstacles to overcome. I wish it were as simple as getting your diploma and tomorrow the problems would disappear. The reality is that the problems will still be there. The difference today is that you'll leave here knowing you've looked adversity in the eye and you've accomplished something truly remarkable. Please remember that no matter where your journey takes you, you'll always be part of the Simon Youth Foundation Alumni Network. And as a member of that network, you'll always be accepted, you'll always be valued, you'll always be capable, and you'll always be empowered. And most importantly, you'll always be loved. For many of you, graduating today is just the first step towards chasing your passions and pursuing your dreams through education. With your diploma in hand and sights set on post-secondary degrees, credentials, or certifications, you can be confident in the fact that you're opening yourself up to new opportunities and greater experiences. At the Simon Youth Foundation, we believe that cost alone should never prohibit a student from continuing his or her education and unlocking doors that might have otherwise remained closed. That's why every year, the Simon Youth Foundation awards over $1 million in scholarships to help students like you continue their education. Part of the reason I'm here tonight is to announce that there will be 3 scholarship recipients in the audience who are going to be receiving a total of up to $48,000 in scholarships to attend college. It's like he knew what it was coming. So we're going to announce these students' names. We'd like you to please come up, stay on the stage so we can get a picture of all of you with Mr. Ham. So first, I'm pleased to present an $8,000 Simon Youth Foundation scholarship to DeAndre Freeman. Okay. I'm going to keep going, and maybe DeAndre will be here. We're also going to present an $8,000 Simon Youth Foundation scholarship to Savannah Valenti. Come on over here. Can't see when you're standing over here. Here she comes. Oh, my pleasure. Finally, I'm pleased to present a $32,000 Simon Youth Foundation scholarship to Cassie Bruno. So once again, on behalf of the Simon Youth Foundation Board of Directors and its staff, I want to offer my sincere congratulations to the class of 2019. Congratulations.
We have to give Mr. Shapiro another hand. I mean, coming in and dropping all that money. Congratulations, recipients. That's amazing. The Simon Youth Foundation has just been a blessing for our academies, as you can tell, for many years, and we look forward to our relationship continuing. I have a few remarks to our graduates, and then it's showtime. So my job is to send you off with some final words of advice, and I'll keep it short and sweet because we're all ready to see you walk the stage. Today, you are graduating from high school and preparing to move on to what's next. It's a surreal moment for your family, friends, and the Academy staff. Some of you we have watched grow from the past program as middle schoolers, or some of you have come through the C program as a once frustrated student. Yager? Janila? You want to talk about stories? Train wreck. All right. My little hot messes. All of you. We have watched some of you come to us as defeated students who all but quit school but asked to walk through our doors looking for that second chance. So here we are today, and you have accomplished so much as a young adult, as a student, and as a human being. Your efforts to improve your grades reflect your unwavering dedication towards achievement and your wanting the best out of life. You have internalized and demonstrated critical lessons in perseverance, goal setting, focus, and tenacity. You are on your way. I watched all of you at graduation practice this morning, your last day as a high school student, and my mind was flooded with memories. It's cliche, but it wasn't so long ago that we were sitting in my office for your interview, playing games at our Wolfpack rallies, the fall festivals, the college field trips, prom, Grad Bash, and last week's Friday's Grad Walk. So here we are at your graduation ceremony, and in a moment you'll be walking the stage and literally and figuratively into the next chapter of your life. You are taking the reins in the various aspects of your life, and I can't help but smile. As you go on this journey, I'd like to pass a few things that might assist you. These are lessons that I have both learned and still am learning. Don't be fooled by my age. Learning never stops. And I certainly don't have it all figured out. As you have discovered new truths, please be sure to share them, as my fervent hope has always been that you, the student, will live a successful and happy life. Money. I implore you, remember that money isn't what you think it is. Contrary to popular belief, money isn't the answer to your problems. Things purchased with money don't matter in the long term because they can be lost, stolen, broken, or taken away. What money enables is freedom and flexibility, both for you and those around you. Fear of failure. Don't be afraid of failure. Fear will paralyze and control you. Those who are afraid to fail are also afraid to succeed. To accomplish anything, you must risk losing in order to capture what you want. It's our struggles that not only define us, but also cause our growth. Want versus need. Sure, you're going to need a job and a paycheck, but don't lose sight of what you truly want from life. Trading your wants for what you need. As you get older, you will regret so few decisions that you made, and instead will experience profound remorse about the decisions you didn't make and the opportunities you didn't pursue. Love. You can't control what another person says or does. You can only control you. I've said that many times. If you love someone, love them completely. Don't hold back out of fear. Be kind. You'll never know how much a person's experience or what they have experienced, but remember to be empathetic and compassionate. Do much. Learn, grow, experience, change, shift, adjust, then change again. Do as much as you can and experience all you are able. Life is not measured by how fast you arrive at the end, because none of us make it out alive. Life is about accumulation of what you know, what you did, what you learned, and what you thought about through it all. Don't grow up. At various points in your life, you'll need to be an adult and make hard decisions. However, being an adult doesn't mean that you're forced to grow up. Make sure you still act like a kid whenever possible. Life is immensely more fun that way. And finally, just be you. Don't allow anyone to define who you are. You are an incredible, vibrant, resourceful, amazing, talented, tenacious, outstanding, and courageous human beings. As you get exposed to new things and lessons, your perspective will shift, but do the shifting. Don't hand over the definition of who you are to someone else. You choose who you are and stand up for what you believe in. I'll finish with a quote by Dave Cote. Life will happen to you whether you try to guide it or not, so you might as well try to influence the outcome. Your Academy family loves you and wishes you all the best in the world. Before I ask the superintendent to join me, I want to thank Assistant Principal Mr. Underhill. Our senior class sponsor, Queen Bee, Ms. Blanchette. Our guidance counselor, Ms. Anderson. We bid you a farewell, safe travels in your new adventure to cold Buffalo, New York. And of course, our beloved teachers and staff. So at this time, I'm going to ask the superintendent to join me on the stage. Normally at this time, I make jokes about Florida State. They might win a few games this year, maybe. My evaluation just took a tack. Okay. As principal of the Academy High School, I certify and present to you, Mr. Dionisio, the Academy class of 2019. The members of this class have met all requirements prescribed by the state of Florida and the Charlotte County School Board and are eligible to receive a high school diploma and all the rights and privileges pertaining to it.
Thank you. As Superintendent of Charlotte County Schools, I hereby accept the Academy High School Class of 2019 as fulfilling its requirements for graduation and grant high school diplomas to the members of this class. Congratulations, graduates.
Graduates, please rise. Please move your tassels to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the Academy's class of 2019. Will the graduates please come forward? If anybody's over there, Mr. Brantley, can we clear that hallway, please, sir? Can we? Yeah, they're coming that way. Yep.
Shelby Grace Alberts. Jessica Edith Basso. Jamil Xavier Benaclort. Anaya Nicole Brown. Crystal Amber Brown. Matthew Thomas Brown. Casey Jean Bruno. Angelo Joseph Cardella. Brennan Birch. Anthony Joseph Chanfrante. Donna Scarlett Corona Celea. Megan Jane Cuevas. Isaiah Christian Diamato. Shanae Kyra Davis. Terrence Devon Davis. Christian Andrew Deal. Kiana Marjorie Duncombe. Krista Kadria Ezel. Nathan Scott George. Stephen Shamar Gibson. Jacob Thomas Goebel. David Paso Gomez.
John Thomas Hearn III. And Logan Andrew Henson. Maya Ariana Hickman. Anthony Bassam Hishma. Alexander Vaughn Hofstess. Brenda Almeida Hollanda. Alexis Nicole Jackson. Kovan Mikkel Jackson. Diana Padria Johnson. Corel Cozy Joseph. Natalia Lorraine Kalinowski. Hannah Mae Kennemer. Caleb Ketter. Jacob Daniel Kucharski. Janila Alicia Jennifer Laws. Mackenzie Elise Liberator. Devin Lindroth. Anthony Miguel Lopez. James Dempsey Maybe. Jezebel Mapes. Eduardo German Marsans. Tristan Anthony Martell. Darian Araya Ann Myers. Logan Joseph Nelson. Ashley Nicole Nolasco. Isaac Perez. Paul Matthew Radke. Alexander Michael Ransom. Janika Rodriguez. Gerald Anthony Rose. Amber Marie Simpson. Brent David Smith. Tristan Garrett Smith. Kelly Darlene Stebbing. Adam Jeffrey Stevens. Misty Leanne Swatzel. Jonathan Ryan Taylor. Judith Rose Thornquist. Jamarcus Dwayne Turner. Christopher Alexander Tynes. Dylan William Vega. Jamad Devon Washington. Desiree Kaiticia Yesenia Watson. Justin Blake Weinstock. Taylor Andrew Wellborn. Kaylee Marie White. Anthony Renee Whitehead. Jennifer Lynn Wilds. Thomas Allen Williams. Emily Elizabeth Yager.
All right. Please stay in your seats for the very brief final few minutes of our program. I know it's been a little long, but we're almost done. I need to say thank you to some very important people before we dismiss. First off, I'd like to thank our district leaders as well as Mr. Shapiro from the Simon Youth Foundation for attending the special occasion. And finally, I want to thank my fellow village members. Will all the members of the Academy staff please rise? That includes our ushers, Mr. Bernicki, Mr. Brantley, Miss L., Miss Anderson, Mr. Baker, who's somewhere behind the screen. You guys are truly the best. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody. The Academy teachers may depart for the graduate recessional. Audience members, if you're standing in the aisle, I need you to kind of slide out, please. Please remain seated until all the graduates have left. Thank you and have a good evening. I think you say that no matter what I say.
No.
Are you serious? Okay.
We're done.
Okay. What time is it?
Million miles away, your signal in the distance, to whom it may concern. I think I lost my way, getting good at starting over every time